Hello visuals, welcome to me. Extremely excited. What the fuck was that? Extremely excited film review because I've just got back from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and if you watch my video from a few weeks back, it's official. It's my favourite film of all time. It didn't tick every box. It annihilated them. This film review may be a bit completely randomy and just words everywhere and noise and nonsense. Spoiler free, by the way. I'm going to try so hard to make it spoiler free. But when I left the cinema and during the film, I just said to Chris, I felt I had so much energy. I still do. I just want to bounce off the. I just really want to like kick. I don't know why I want to kick. I want to kick something. I kick it makes no sense. Plus, I've had a long day at work and boom, straight in showered, straight to the pics. This film was just beautiful. Yeah, before I go into this review, you may go into this film absolutely hating it, but I've got a huge, just so much invested in the, because Spider-Man is not only my favourite comic book character, my favourite creation of all time, and a few years ago we had the Spider-Verse storyline and stuff in it. I just love Spider-Man, and I watched this, and I love Ultimate Spider-Man, Miles Morales, the main Spider-Man in this film, and it did everything so mint. I can't be doing it. I just need to chill out and relax. This was fucking awesome. So I've tried to go for a different change up to be sat down but get a little bit of Lego going in. And let's try and run down the main core stuff. Storyline, amazing, because what we got was a young boy living in a world with a Spider-Man, and he has to try and find the potential and the inner spider in himself to become this universe's Spider-Man. So we get a nice little story arc of going from the young rookie that's quite helpless and can't do much to ultimately the main hero. We got a lot of other secondary stories with the other spiders in there. Some of them are briefer than other, but Peter B. Parker, we get a good huge chunk of his story, where he's at in his life and stuff, and how he's feeling emotionally and stuff like that, and when he meets Miles. Another huge ticking point. So yeah, the story was awesome. This is the most easy to watch film just for its visuals alone. It's not only the most beautifully animated film, but the most beautiful to watch film of all time. It was Doctor Strange. I thought that was amazing to watch just for the visual aspect and the visual pleasure you get from it. What the fuck? This just smashed it. It's so smooth and slick, and it's like in its own little unique category of animation, because the fight scenes, the camera, the way it would twist around the battles and follow the characters fighting and stuff, to the smooth, slick style. I'm doing it again. The words popping up, like there'll be a woo moment and woo would shoot across the sky. The little details that so like Miles would move and there'll be a little black flick, or somebody would push and there'll be some little curvature off it. The way it was obviously it drew up a storyboard and stuff first, but the way it was the final product come out, it just looks so amazing. I'm not even gonna lie, I Spidey spunked everywhere. Comic book aspect, Miles was talking in his head, but the words are coming up as if there were panels in the text on a comic book, which as a comic book reader was just fucking awesome to see. And the way they come up in different colours, and the way the camera would show them interact with the background, the surroundings of the characters and stuff, it was fucking so cool. Spider origin story. We all know the main Spider origin story. Boy gets bit, goes a bit funny, loses uncle. With great power comes great responsibility. This is different. This is in a world with Spider-Man, but somebody else gets spider powers, in this case Miles, and he has to completely evolve and adapt and become the Spider in his own different, kind of unique with some same categories, origin story. Fuck, this film is so good. If you're a big, I'll come close to the camera, who cares? If you're a big comics fan, we know there's so many different Spider-Men out there and Spider-Women out there. And to see the introduction of Spider-Man Noir, Spider-Ham, Spider-Gwen, but she called herself Spider-Woman. Unless I've missed something reading the comic books, that's not Spider-Woman, Spider-Gwen. Okay, cool. Cage's Spider-Man Noir, he was hilarious. Who else did we have in the film? Penny Parker in there. It's not a spoiler, but the cutscene, I predicted, well not predicted it, I predicted it, look at me, I'm smartest. I didn't predict it, I just said to Chris, I said, if this has a certain character in the cutscene, I'm going to lose my fucking shit. Fucking quite posh there. But this character I did predict was in the cutscene and I did lose my shit. But we get so many looks at him, and there's in the credits themselves there's different aspects. We see loads of different suits as well. The stealth suits in there, the one from the new game. The Iron Spider suits in the background. There's so much Spider. If you love Spider-Man, you're gonna Spidey spunk just like I did in this film. There's so many Spider-Man references and Easter eggs and trivia and stuff that's gone in the comic books and history. Comic book issues and covers that we've all seen, read before. This film is just awesome. Still curious, do my head of why have I missed any key issues of Spider-Gwen and they've changed it, unless it's just for this film. Whatever. For this film, they did take so much from the comic book, without going into too much detail for spoiler alerts. The introduction with Miles and his uncle, and they have a great bonding relationship and the shit that goes down with that. We get the incident that happens with this Peter Parker, not in the same way of Miles' universe and him become the Spider and stuff. We get all of that shenanigans. The way Peter B. Parker and well, the Amazing Spider-Man meets the Ultimate Spider-Man is kind of the same setting and stuff, but it's kind of how they did it in the comic books. The fight scenes were awesome. We get Scorpion in there, we've got the Prowler, we've got Doc Ock, the female version. Kingpin, who is our main antagonist, he's the bad guy, antagonist. I think there was a slight, in fact, before I go to that bit, there's a moment, a saddish moment in the film, and then we lead on to our Stan Lee cameo, which I'm not gonna lie, I did quite not bad, but I bawled out because what just happened, and then how we see Stan in this cameo talk about a character, which he says, you know, we were friends once and stuff like that. And there's a great little quote at the end, which I won't spoil it for you now. Just read it. The quote that we see from one of Stan Lee's quotes. And it's all just revolving around Spider-Man and his love and passion for Spider-Man, what Spider-Man truly represents. It was really awesome. But during that cameo, I'm pretty sure what it looked like, I think it was an Avengers logo balloon, which is pretty cool. Stan cameo was just fucking awesome. Still his voice and stuff. It was just dope. The fact that he would be happy with this film and how it portrayed what Spider-Man needs to become and who he is and what he needs to do to overcome certain obstacles and how he should be with his powers. Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure he would love it. We see the web, again, if you've read the Spider-Verse stuff, you know the web connecting everything. We see that, which is really, really fucking so cool to see, just to see that all dotted line. There's a great chase sequence, like with Prowler's on his motorbike and stuff, and Miles is jumping over all this. The way they did it, because the animation would fade out, it'd be like characters sort of close up, would be kind of like blurry, like 3D type thing, and then behind it was all bright and just really fucking beautiful. The choice of colours and stuff was fucking phenomenal. The overview of like New York and stuff was so cool. The advertisers and stuff, they had like Snapchat advertise and different films and shows and all that. The way, I really don't think I've seen another animation quite like this. I hope this gets some recognition for the way it's animated. It was so funny, Spider-Ham in it, which is obviously funny. They did this thing, every time a new Spider was introduced, they would have like a comic book shop and they'd be like, okay, one more time, okay, for the last time. And then they'll tell their story of them being this certain different Spider characters, like Spider-Man Noir from the 30s, fight Nazis and stuff. He's always like dark and miserable and depressed and stuff. And then you got Spider-Ham, it would show all the silly shenanigans with that, and same with Spider-Gwen. And then eventually we end it with Miles as one, you know, I'm the one and only Spider-Man, well at least I thought I was. One line, which is really, really awesome. Again, it's another old Stan line, but it's anybody can wear the mask. I just fucking love that, and they say it in this. And just watching Miles become this such an amateur, he has no idea what he's doing, this has changed his life. He's like, I don't want to be Spider-Man, to really getting his, not his full potential because he's still an amateur new Spider-Man in this, but getting up there and more familiar with his powers. Because remember, he's got the electric power, he's got the invisibility power in this. Getting used to it and having his own. When he first got the suit, because Aunt May's waiting in this universe, a lot of universe stuff, this universe is for him, he's like, oh, yeah, but I thought you'd show up. And he gets a suit and we see it spray, because the classic look is for Miles is the black with the red lines. It's slightly different, and the logo is a little bit different, but he's really good at spray painting and stuff, so he spray paints over an old Spider-Man suit and makes it his own. We see it with the hood up and the beautiful shoes he's got on, the nice Nike high tops. And I said that and I was just like, oh my god, and we get the shot where the camera's upside down and he's falling into the city, and it just looks phenomenal. And the Post Malone song, I can't remember who else he's singing it with in this film, but I love that song, and we get it so many times. In fact, it opens the film, well, part nearly open. When we first see Miles, he's got his headphones on, Sony headphones, product placement to their own studio making this. He's got his headphones on and he's just Kingpin was really cool in this. I love Kingpin. He's trying to get Vanessa and stuff back. That's why this whole shenanigans. That's not a huge spoiler. It's just kind of why he's making the Collider. A great villain because Kingpin is a great Spider-Man, Daredevil, Punisher villain and stuff like that. But it seemed done in this way, involved in like the Spider-Verse related stuff. He's just really cool. The animation of when Miles eventually gets bit, of how the spider finds him, and how beautiful, I keep saying that word, I don't care, how beautiful they made the spider look, and because he's spray painting with his uncle, and it's like coming around him, and it's moving about and stuff, and the way he finds it, and the film was so funny, and that scene was really funny. I enjoyed it so much, and just the way he and Peter B. Parker, or just say Peter Parker, interacted was really fucking awesome. Describing this film was just awesome. The reason why it is my favourite film of all time, and probably won't be knocked down a peg unless they do a sequel, which by the cutscene I'm really fucking hoping they do. And I don't think they're going to do the darker version that they did in the comic books, but what was I saying? I've just lost what I was saying. The reason why it's my favourite film, I'm a huge Spider guy. I've just said this a million times. Spider is just, it is my life. Spider-Man, anything Spider-Man related. Even though I was repping Venom in the cinema, whatever. Or snotted. Wait to tell you why it's my favourite film. It's my excitement. It's my favourite film because it did the Spider story in its own way, but sticking to kind of its core material. It did it so much justice. Fair enough, we're not following our Peter Parker. We're following a new Spider-Man, which is absolutely fine because it's a Spider-Man who's got so much depth in character behind him, and so much intrigue and youthfulness, which you just want to evolve and get better with him. It showed a really great Spider story. It took its source material from a great Spider arc, which we've read in the comic books a few years back. It had so many of the great characters which we all love and we all know. It had some of the great villains which are really cool. It did it in such a beautiful, amazing way where I was literally on the edge of my seat, like I am for most superhero films, but even more so in this one. It did it in such a way where I was on the edge of my seat laughing like fuck. Enjoyment, sad, the ups and downs, the wanting to win with Miles, and I felt down with him when he was down, and then to finally get the end conclusion of when it's him up against Kingpin, and I felt like I was fighting with him. I don't care if anybody says, oh, it's an animated film, it's for kids. I know it's not. It's for everybody. If you love a great story with great visuals and everything, you're gonna love this. If you love Spider-Man and as much as I do, then you're gonna absolutely adore this film. I'll shut up there though, because I don't know how. So it's just every little, the choice of music and everything. They took the hip hop of New York streets and stuff, and interjected that really well. The way New York should sound and look, they did really well. Again, the nighttime view and stuff of how the city looks and everything was just really awesome. The relationship between Miles and his dad, again from the comic books, and how his dad feels about Spider-Man was truly in there. But I'm gonna shut up now and go watch Young Celebrity because this film was mint. Visuals, straight up 10 out of 10. I always rate films, it's 10 out of 10 and so much more. I have zero complaints about it. Perfect runtime, perfect storyline, I keep saying that. Perfect visuals, I keep saying that, but I can't stress that one enough. Amazing choice of characters, and the selective amount of spiders that they chose to put into this film, I think they all worked really well against each other. Even the choice of villains, Scorpion, B-level, possibly Spider-Man villain, worked really well. You didn't see him all the time, but it worked really well. Kingpin, I would say an A-level Spider-Man villain. He worked really phenomenally in this. Prowler, again, another B-lister for Spider-Man's villains. The way he come in as well, he had like a really dark, edgy, kind of scary music with him. Worked so well. And Doc Ock, definitely an A+++ Spider-Man villain. The female version worked really well. Voice acting was just phenomenal, and you get to see Nick Cage's Spider-Man Noir. I just hope you did enjoy my review. Hopefully I didn't ramble and just chuck too much words out. It was just awesome. I really urge you to go check this out. I'm going to watch this film so many times. I said to Chris, I can't wait to overwatch the hell out of this. Like literally, when I die, I just want to be buried inside the DVD case. Yeah, that's my review visuals. Please, I urge you. Doesn't matter if you're a Spider-Man fan, comic fan, if you're a film fan, go watch this. It's going to tick all the boxes for you. And even if you do watch this review after watching the film and you don't like it, let us know what your gripes were with the film. We can talk about it. But anyway, visuals, that was my review. Hopefully you did enjoy. Hope you did enjoy the video. You can wabooski and stuff. But visuals, thank you so much for watching. Please go watch this film. Keep being you and keep on web slinging on.